I posted in Edmonton Buy and Sell #1 No Rules as a psychic. And subsequently, I got banned because a bunch of people marked me as a scam. Now, what's funny about this is the people that marked me as a scam are also now basically like ruining my reputation, which hasn't even had a chance to begin because they didn't like how I responded. Basically, what I responded to was one dude's like, "Oh, this is bullshit" or whatever, and or some people are gullible, and I was like, "Yeah," and some people are closed-minded. See how that works? And then this other guy who is literally the definition of a troll started coming at me, and I was like, "Well, whatever. I gotta block you now." And so putting up boundaries and being responsible for yourself instead of me, tying myself into their emotional bullshit, I was like, instead of going this direction, I'm just going to block them. I'm just going to remove them from, my world. But the damage has already been done because I went in, they've created these groups where they talk about people who scam, people who don't show up, do. And see, the problem is that when people on the internet just attack for the sake of attacking, we're all so stupid now that half of Edmonton who's paying attention, hold on, who's paying attention decides that they must be right and I must be wrong. So the reality becomes there is no investigative journalism happening among people on the internet, especially in Facebook groups and especially among Edmontonians. And at this point, I have every right to call Edmontonians the dumbest fucking people on the planet because the ones that aren't paying attention, the ones that are paying attention only to a negative response, are the ones who are stupider than stupid because you can't make a judgment based on someone else. There is a couple things on these groups that I've heard a few places that some duct cleaner guy is not, he's not legitimate, et cetera, et cetera. Fine, that may be true, but you know what the reality is that we should all be making up our own minds. If yesterday, I tried to buy a set of lights from a girl in Mill Woods, and instead of talking to me, she spent most of the time ignoring me. Like she would respond temporarily, and then she would disappear, and then she would respond and disappear. And I kind of got frustrated because I'm like, I had a friend that was going to drive me. I was ready to go to Mill Woods. I was ready to spend money that I shouldn't be spending. And instead, what do I get? I get this person who's like a complete dipshit. Now, her being a complete dipshit doesn't mean that I'm going to run around and be like, oh my God, I've got a story for you. Because what if her being a complete dipshit has everything to do with the people that are trying to blackball me, right? So she's a dipshit only insofar for as me to say she's a dipshit because she trusted something on the internet that she never had her own experience. I am legitimately saying I am on my way to you, and what do I get in response? I get a big fucking ghost. And I'm like, that's not really how you sell what you want to sell. That's not how you make your money, whatever, whatever. Now, on the other side of the fence, maybe she finally decided that, 2 days after she posted that she was selling lights, that, she was going to keep the lights and try again. I don't know. But what I do know is that my personal experience with her was crappy. Does this mean that I need to go and make everybody else have the same belief system? Absolutely not. Because when I do that, basically I would look at myself as a coward. Because I would look at myself in the victim mode that if I've had a bad experience, I should run around and tell everybody else because pity me, pity me, pity me. Because when you're making these groups on Facebook where you're like, oh my God, like, this person's like bad, and effectively you're just basically you're the bad apple in the bunch, and unfortunately the rest of these apples seem to go sour with you because most people are too stupid to be like, let me make up my own fucking mind, let me experience for myself whether this psychic, Reiki practitioner, whomever, whatever, duct cleaner, person who's selling stuff, make up their mind as to whether or not these people are, valid or not. Because the reality is that most people have a bad experience based on themselves. Again, let's go back to the old saying, the world we see the world as we are, not as it is. Meaning, whatever you're attracting, whatever your vibration is, if your vibration shit, you're going to have shit experiences. If your vibration is up, you're gonna have good experiences. If you believe that you should have shit experiences, you're going to continue to have shit experiences. If you believe you're going to have good experiences, you will have good experiences. It's a very easy concept that a lot of people don't seem to understand. So this is going to be a very short video, but I'm going to say to you people, if you're dealing in buy and sell groups and you're dealing with people who, other people are saying are really bad, maybe do some due diligence, do some detective work, do some homework, try maybe even talking to people. There is one last thing where somebody, I guess, said they were selling this many brand items, and if you, that many, basically here's a garbage bag full of stuff, and supposedly it's a surprise garbage bag that supposedly has 10 of these and 10 of those or whatever, that supposedly didn't have any of it. So but it's a fucking buy and sell. Like, take your choice. Like, you're getting a free, there people are advertising for free, and they're offering whatever they're offering, and you're buying whatever they're buying. You're not going through a retail outlet. You're not going through a safe, sane, normal channel. You are going person to person. So sometimes if person to person two negatives get together, they're going to create a bigger negative. And what I'm just saying is, don't let that negative affect other people, because your negative is your own fucking negative. So instead of trashing people, instead of saying, blah, 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 why don't you discreetly talk to somebody like an admin in the groups, or, and say, hey, this person's bullshit and here's the proof. Because frankly, that's what an admin told me from Edmonton Buy and Sell #1 No Rules, was, where's your proof? Where are the photos? And I was like, I don't have them, because shouldn't that be your job? But apparently when you're an admin in a Facebook group, it isn't your job to actually do the administration. It's just your job to like have a little title beside you, because, well, fuck, that's what you do. But I do, on the end of this, is I have another group that is willing to let me do this stuff on when I need to. So I'm going to be focusing on that and focusing on positivity, because in this week I have gotten, that was the wrap up to this. I've gotten 4 clients for next week, and I got these amazing testimonials, right? Like this one lady, both ladies were like, I didn't really believe you. I thought you were batshit crazy. And let me tell you, 4 months later, 5 months later, whatever, 3 weeks later, shit has happened just like you said it would. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's why you come to me, the psychic. So I'm going to stop here. I wish you love, light, and peace and harmony. And if you're not experiencing that, ask yourself why. Why are you not allowing yourself peace, love, and harmony? Because that's what we need. So stop spreading the hate. Stop spreading your malicious issues. And start just being real. Because if you're going after someone just to go after someone, then you're a fucking piece of shit. So grow the fuck up.